Chapter 940! The Nice Old Man and Gamers Rise Up! Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pod-D-Cast. I'm the best guy ever, and this is Hypocrite.
Chicken and Winnigish, everybody.
Welcome. Gomen Nasai for our tardiness, but here we are, Chapter 940, The Spark of Rebellion. Let's look at that cover page.
Yeah, by the way, apologies, it was my fault because I was sick again.
I'm sick now. A little bit.
I'm
gonna
be
coughing. Yeah, I've been coughing. I've been doing my thing. But that's, it's his fault, everybody. Send your hate mail at Hypocrite.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a phone call. I'm going to ignore that. Okay, let's move on to the cover with Bartolomeo, Candy Things. What a good man.
Yeah, it's a very cute little candy guys of the One Piece crew.
Is he attempting? I'm just curious. Is the joke here that, like, he's selling candy, but, like, when the kids try to buy his precious straw hat candies, he creates a barrier so they can't have those.
Yes.
They have, like, the other ones. Is that the... Okay, good. Oh, refusing to sell to customers. Okay, yes, I get it. What a dunce. But also based.
All right, into the
wait,
chapter.
Real quick anecdote. One time, me and my family were at, like, I think it was a Dunkin' Donuts when I was a youth, and they had, like, you know, they'll have, like, I don't know, stuff behind a case that they may or may not be selling. There was one. They had, as a joke, the people had made a hamburger-looking thing out of donuts. They had, like, sliced, like, a blueberry donut for the bun, for the burger, and, like, I don't know, they had, like, red jelly for, like, the ketchup, et cetera, and, like, glazed for the bun, and we bought it, and they let us have it, and we ate it, and it was delicious. Thank you, mystery donut connoisseurs of the past. I'll never forget your kindness.
It was Dunkin' Donuts.
What did I... Yeah, yes. Well, you know, I mean, Dunkin' Donuts didn't, like, make them do it. They were just, like, goofing around, like, being artistic or something at the Dunkin' Donuts. Yeah, it was cool. Okay, anyway, 940, Spark of Rebellion, Ikimas.
Right. So, Trafalgar Law, upon hearing that his buddies have been imprisoned, said there's no way they told the truth about the thing. I'm gonna go save him, and he ran away. So now he's a
trusting boy.
He's on a little mission. I'm sure we'll see that soon.
Mm-hmm. Hopefully he'll do a cool thing. Maybe he'll break everybody out. I don't know. We'll see.
I mean, it's pretty easy to break everyone out. You just do room, and then everyone is like.
Like, but he has to carry outside. Like a bunch of rocks over to like swap them with. I think he use very small rocks.
Use grains of sand. There's loads of sand on the ground.
That's
bits
true.
Of dust.
He'll do the Dale Gribble pocket sand and then just swap the grains. Bam, there you go. Okay, cool. So they're wondering when he'll come back.
Usopp and Nami just sitting around chatting about how they wouldn't blame them for tattling, which is nice. Mm-hmm. Shows some sort of camaraderie.
Of course, Usopp wouldn't. He would have told instantly.
Yes.
He's dying to.
And then, here's an interesting thing. The three guys that were... I assumed... I think you said one of them, the one that got a flashback, would come back. And you were right. The three guys who Komurasaki had bewitched and bankrupted are characters, actually. And here they are. They've been thrown out of the city... And now they have no money and they have nothing. And they're in the town of the laughing, starving people. And it's here they are.
Yeah, we're getting some backstory that apparently these guys are fairly evil. Bungo, Bongo, and Bingo are their names.
Yes.
Sick. And, okay, so you got Bungo, who was a capital office underling or something, and he would set fire to the citizens' homes. So, okay, interesting. So he would do that. This guy, Bongo, would sell lumber to the people whose homes were burned, and he was, like, in on the racket, I assume. And then you got the other guy, the Bingo. This was, like, the bald guy who got the flashback, and he was a casket maker, and when people die from the fucking fires, he would sell them caskets at crazy prices, and reap a tidy profit. And I think we're to assume that they were all in on this together. Does that seem fair?
Yeah, definitely.
Now so, okay, and right after this, we see them, like, heart eyes looking at Komurasaki. Now, okay, I suspect what's happening here is that Oda is attempting to, because we know these were the three guys that are really pissed at Komurasaki. Are we to believe that everything that Komurasaki did to cheat these guys out of money and, she manipulated them, lied to them, and ultimately stole from them, was that all to, stop their evil deeds? Was this her plan all along?
I think that's absolutely what's to be taken away from this, is that
Probably.
Komurasaki is secretly a good person, and, that's what it's building to. If people don't already think that Hiyori is Komurasaki, when they find out, it'll all make sense when they realize that this person who seemed to be evil and to cheat men out of money was only cheating the wrong kind of men out of money, the worst guys, the guys who would fuck other people up, and the sort of corrupt people who she despises as the princess, as the person of the people.
Yeah, that's fair, but I just, I suppose it's a little bit odd that, okay, if you know that these guys are evil, why would the particular plan, okay, she's obviously working with Yakuza Man, whatever his name is, with the big white hair. They're obviously, in cahoots. So, assuming that's true, why is it that, this was the particular route they used to undermine these guys? Why not just, I don't know, spread the word? You don't have to fuck these men, Komurasaki, in order to undermine them. You could just inform people that they're, being evil. How does this random bitch just know all this shit?
I think it's just that it's the most effective way to stop them. If
suppose.
If they're so corrupt and they're so ingrained and they bribe the city guard, I mean, that's the whole thing. They bribe the city guards so they can't get in trouble. So the only way to make them stop is to kill them or to, do what Komurasaki did, which is to make them give their money away by bewitching them, basically.
I feel like they could have, let the people know, you can go past the guards and just, if you inform people that these guys are they're murdering them. They're murdering fellow citizens.
Yeah, but, we don't know the exact...
In the capital.
If these guys are, evil, and that's what
Seems
it is,
to be the case,
you could assume that it's just sort of they have a monopoly on this sort of situation. Nobody can do anything about it. People live in fear of them because they have the power of the guards, because they're so rich that they can do whatever they want. It's the sort of thing where if you tell people, they just say, yeah, well, what am I going to do about it? What is any of us going to do about it?
Yeah, I mean, that's all true, and I guess my final point on this is just that, I could choose to take the most charitable view of this and assume that that was all the case, and, these guys were, truly evil, she had no other ways to do it, and that this wasn't just, a kind of annoying bait and switch of setting Komurasaki up to be a bad girl, and then, kind of not going. Obviously, he planned this all along.
Do you think?
And you know what? That's exactly what I'm gonna do. I don't care.
Okay, but do you think that her not being a bad girl, so to speak, is a worse thing?
It's. Well, the only thing is, this is the thing that I'm truly sad about. It's that Komurasaki's, I hate poor people, character was actually interesting, and, I was interested to see, that she had fallen and become kind of a fucked up person by, being involved in high society. But, unfortunately, One Piece, as it so often does, is taking the, just kind of the normal route of, no, she was actually nice. Everything evil that it looked like she was doing was actually good. She's in no way a complex character. She is 100% good. And that's okay. I'm not mad. It's a little unfortunate.
I can see where you're coming from with that. It is a bit of I mean, we don't know exactly how this is going to play out. I still think that her being not hating poor people is potentially going to be a joke aspect of her character.
I don't think so. I think they're that just when everybody hears that sounds evil and bad, and you don't make your princess, beloved Momonosuke's sister character a jerk.
It's not that she would literally be a jerk. It would be Nami is she would do anything for money. She would fuck over people for money, but it's a joke when she does it, and that's the sort of it would be played off as a joke in the future once we find out that she's actually a good person. But it would be more interesting if she were actually a complex character that has to deal with, living a life of being,
fucking like a stuck-up bitch, basically.
Basically, yeah. I suppose it would be, yeah, it would definitely be more interesting. But we don't know exactly yet. I assume that it's going to be pretty normal, though. It's okay, though.
It's not terrible. It's not terrible. It just, kind of with the whole pudding thing again, it's just like, he took the, the normal route, kind of the one you'd expect. And that's fine. It's okay. And I was looking forward to seeing how he would, like, make that, like, kind of get rid of that issue of her being somewhat evil or something. Okay, anyway, done with that. I thought it was interesting to talk about. Moving on. That's that.
These three have been actually staying with Yasu, Tonoyasu, the happy guy, who loves everyone and is very, very, very nice to everybody. And these, assholes who are so used to high society, kicking people around, saying, fuck this, I hate being poor, I hate everything. He's still looking after them, and he's such a good boy, and he's such a good lad. The perfect man, basically.
Indeed. And even though, they're total jerks, which I guess makes sense. They were rich and now they're poor, so they're kind of pissed off about it. Fair enough. But yeah, he's a good man. And so here he is commenting on how he's found the little papers that were being distributed. Apparently he didn't even know about the tattoos, whatever. I don't know. They're just building this guy up as he knows some information. He seems to be involved. I mean, all this. He's the samurai. He's the fucking third legendary samurai. I grow more convinced every moment. We haven't seen him do anything, but that's what I think. It's just this is the only like important character who, except for the witching hour boy, that could still be something, I suppose. Although maybe that'll be this guy.
I was about to say like.
He looks like a boy.
He's short enough. Yeah, I really wonder, because, like, that's been set up and not quite explained, unless maybe it has been and we missed it.
I don't think so. I've been kind of keeping my ear to the ground on that one, and I don't think there's been anything.
But regardless, he's very interesting on his own, witching hour boy, whatever secret identity he has. I kind of would like if he was just a happy guy who's making the best of a bad situation. Because that would be
rarely
like more,
happens though.
Sometimes people are.
I don't know.
Sometimes people are just cool, and they're just cool.
I
know you don't believe that.
Shonen manga aren't ones to not fully capitalize on a character when they've gone through all the trouble of getting us to know them. They usually turn out to be a super secret extra sword danger master, dragon blood. They look like a 10-year-old girl, but they're actually 1,000 years old. You know how it is.
Well, the reason I'm thinking that is not because it's because as his character is someone who connects with everybody, and he sort of spreads positivity and is really good at, getting people to, feel to be, he in this war, right, there's going to be a lot of recruiting going on. There already is a lot of recruiting going on, needing to get certain amount of soldiers and needing to have the right people to vouch for, the Straw Hat Pirates and this rebellion. We got Grandpa Hyogoro and this guy. I think they'd be like good characters to facilitate the banner waving sort of characters that would get everybody together instead of literally just being, because we've got enough in this arc. We've got plenty of powerful soldier characters that can do fighting. Indeed. Having this sort of character as like a non-fighting but people rallying sort of guy would be really cool.
That's my point, because look at Hyogoro. He was like a little old man, and then it turned out not only was he actually like a Yakuza, like the chief Yakuza of all of Wano, he also like was a hockey master who will teach Luffy to, so like that's exactly my point.
I suppose, I don't know.
This is a man's a samurai, I'm fucking calling it right now. He's gonna pull out a sword from his weird hat thing, and
it's a circular sword, it goes around his neck.
Exactly. It'll be a chakram or something cool. Okay, anyway.
I'm just thinking of things like Hercule or whatever.
Don't get me wrong, I'd love to see more Hercules. I just don't think One Piece is a particularly subtle series on things like that. So I've learned my lesson. But hey, man, I like One Piece always surprises me. There's going to be many things that surprise me as this arc goes on. I certainly hope. There certainly was in fucking Whole Cake and Zoe and, fucking every arc, basically.
Regardless of whether he's a samurai, like, I don't think him being a samurai would be a shit thing. I think
it's fine.
It's the same sort of thing as Komurasaki.
Somewhat predictable,
like, it could be more complex than it is, but even if it's not as complex, it's still pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, we're very genre savvy, so... Yeah, it's for younger men, this racket. We're old fogies. It's time to hang up our katanas and pick up our... I don't know...
Our pen brushes and draw our own manga.
There you go. Exactly. So as this guy leaves, he's got shit to go do. He's been talking to everybody, and fucking Kanjuro and Shizune, I think, is that her name? Old lady person? Yeah, right. Okay.
Shinobi.
So he leaves, and everyone's like, "Oh, so how do you know that guy? Like, who is he?" And they also have no idea who he is. So the whole joke here is no one knows who this guy is, but he's super nice, and he like acts like he knows them. So I'm just calling it right now. I think what's happened is he was a very important person who possibly knew these guys, and over those 20 years, his appearance has changed, and he's not recognizable.
I don't think that's what's they're getting at. I think what he's getting at is that he's just really, really personable and it gets along.
I hope so. Yeah, that could be. That definitely could be.
It's just so welcoming, so lovely. He'd be like throw the best parties.
Yeah, he's the Pinkie Pie of One Piece, basically.
Yes, and everyone's like, "Whoa, wait a minute, who was that guy? Oh, I don't know." And then he's going around to all the old people that would usually be forgotten or not talked to, or just like the old timers, everyone who's dying, and he's giving them food, and he's just being the man of town, the man that everybody loves. And then we learn the cool fact that I guess I could have figured this out earlier, but I don't think...
There were, implications, I suppose.
But he is the father of Otoko, the smiling girl.
So he named his daughter BOI as a joke, I assume, and what a joke it was. Best character so far. So that makes sense. They're very similar, jovial, positive guys. Yeah. Oh, I like them.
I really like this this dark twist on it, or this dark angle that he, in order to make money, he had to sell his daughter to slavery essentially, and that's why she's in the courtesan group. And that's the only reason anyone's getting any food, I guess. The money that she sends back from her work with Komurasaki and shit. It's just like, seems like it's sustaining everybody. That is extremely dark. Like if we flashed back to the moment where he had to make that decision, he would not be smiling. This would be a very different situation.
No. But he'd probably be crying and be like, "You'll have a better life there," things like that. That's how I would rationalize it, at least if I were him.
Maybe he named her Otoko so people wouldn't fuck her. And think,
you don't want to be gay, do you? Damn, that's fourth dimensional chess thinking right there. That is, what a wise samurai indeed. I just as a curiosity, is it accurate to describe her position as a slave? Like, I know when you describe selling your child into this, like, I don't know, it seems distinct from slavery. It's just you literally can't leave. But
well, I suppose it's effective slavery.
Is that all it takes?
It's effective because she probably can't walk all the way home by herself, and he's not allowed into the capital because he's a peasant, so he couldn't take her back.
That's true.
So it's sort of like she's there until forever, I suppose.
And like if she tried to leave, maybe like the guards, theoretically, they might like attack her or like cut her down.
Yeah,
or throw her in jail
I imagine
or something.
she's owned by a a brothel guy or something.
Yeah.
Or whoever would run the courtesan, whatever you call it, place.
Do geisha have rights, even if they're owned by anybody? Like, even if you're...
I would imagine not in this time period, sort of thing.
They gotta have some rights, right?
No, they're always wrong. They always get the questions wrong in the quiz.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Anyway, everybody fucking loves... What's this guy's name? I can't fucking remember.
Tonoyasu.
Tomuyasu?
Tonoyasu.
Tonoyasu. Okay, thank you. Everybody loves him. He's the best man.
He is our Ben Saint.
He is our patron saint of patreon.com/thepodcastpirates. So we'll check in with them later and see what's going on. Maybe we'll get some reveals. And let's flash over to the Udon Mines and see what's going on.
Yeah, so Luffy is still trying to learn his haki powers.
Yep.
He's doing a bit of an old Yoda on the back, like grabbing onto him.
Oh, true.
And Luke Skywalker there, Luffy Skywalker. Haha, hey guys, good comedy here.
Now I'm noticing that. So he's described. They have their own. When you said like, "Hey, Luffy, is this what you meant?" Boom, does hockey. But he's like, we don't call it hockey. He would call it Ryu-o or flowing sakura, and it focuses on the concept of flow. I don't know, whatever. It's hockey, but like cooler or something. It just reminds me of how mantra was what they called hockey in Skypiea, and I wonder if that's.
Yes, I mean, a lot of cultures in the real world, you have this different names for like meditation and spiritual energy ideas. Yes. So it's just sort of one of those cultural things. It's pretty cool.
Hey, you know what I'm liking about this, though? Because we're seeing Luffy do so many of these hockey punches that, like, aren't what he's trying to do, it's, I wonder if, when Luffy finally gets it right, if that will make it clear. Like, in that moment, it'll be painted very clearly, like, he did it right, and that's different in this specific way. I mean,
it already looks different. It's sort of like...
Yeah.
The punch doesn't... It has a blast or like a air pushes away.
It seems like it's not on your fist. It's like around your fist or something. I don't know. See, this is why I still want a little more clarification. It would be real nice. But we'll get there. And I bet when it gets animated, just like with Katakuri, the observation hockey stuff it was distinctly more understandable when it was in the anime form as opposed to on the page. Yeah. So that'll be nice.
What color do you think this is gonna go?
What color?
If it was anime, would it be like a purple flash or something?
Well, I mean, that's a kind of an interesting question, because, like, we have seen this exact ability before when Rayleigh did it, and it simply had no color at all. It was colorless. So it raises the question, is Oda going to retcon that and give it a color now, or is he going to keep it colorless, as he distinctly showed it was multiple times with both fucking San...
Dude, what if it was like like when you do the super armament hacky, instead of going black, it goes clear and you can see through it, but that just means the artist doesn't have to draw it, and it's just like he doesn't have an arm.
That sounds great. I hope that happens.
Whoa, his fist's going so quick, I can't see it. I can't draw it.
He's just trying really hard. So here Luffy goes, punch, punch, punch. He keeps fucking it up. He has not done it right yet, but it goes on so long, he's beat everybody up with his failures.
And it's nighttime, and they're like, well, fuck it. Yeah, just go to bed, everyone.
Keep kicking his ass tomorrow. But he still can't leave the fucking, the arena they're in. So that sucks. And no food for them either. Oh no. How unfortunate. But they're used to that by now, at least Hyogoro is.
So they're just sort of sitting there. They want to talk about stuff. And so Luffy does his Emperor's Haki just casually to knock everyone out, which is nice.
I like that. That was cool.
And so they're talking about the four emperors and the fact that Kaido is not known to be a four emperor because nobody knows what pirates are or stuff outside the world.
Shit out here. Yeah.
They're so dumb. But he did know Gold Roger. So, Gold Roger, clearly a prominent guy with Lord Odin, so...
Yep.
Hyogoro, everyone who's old knows each other. That's the classic thing.
That's true. And also, of course, like Odin, whatever his name was, Momonosuke's dad, was on Roger's crew and went to Raftel, I believe. So, there's certainly some... Cat and Dog Man were on there for a while as well. A lot of cool people on that crew.
Yes, and
I hope one day we get a cover page that's the whole Gold Roger crew. We're at the end of One Piece.
Do you think there's going to be like a moment near the end where there's like a flashback with Gold Roger's crew?
I think that when we get to true endgame One Piece,
Oda's we're going to find out what that big egg is.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, I hope so, because that thing. In case people aren't aware, I know we've said it before, but there just is a huge egg on depictions of the what's it called, the Oro Jackson, Roger's ship, and I don't know what the fuck that egg is. No one knows what that fucking egg is.
They're gonna
but
make
it is canonically on
omelet.
His ship. It's just maybe they're just making a big omelet. Possible, but I mean, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Maybe that thing has something to do with One Piece. It's a fucking mythical beast or something. I mean, I don't know. Could be fucking anything.
The first time I saw it, I was assuming that it was a dragon, and they was like, oh, dude, real dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And the dragon is the one that destroys the wall that lets the White Walkers into Mary Joie.
Kill them all, I say. Anyway, so fucking he knew Roger, everybody knows everybody, that's cool. And then, boom, all of a sudden, it's fucking Karibo with Raizo in his weird gut. Hilarious. We saw that Karibo was in the jail before, so it's about time he popped back up again. And there's Raizo, who fucking knows our boy Hyogoro. And so now Hyogoro is seeing for the first time one of the people who traveled through time. There's 5 of them. And here he is. Raizo hasn't aged a day. And there you go. There he is. Time travel confirmed.
He's learning. He's learning all about the stuff.
Yep.
This is so crazy to him that they tell him that these people have gone 20 years from the past into the future, and sort of gives him hope. I mean, more hope than he already had with Luffy.
Indeed. I mean, this is proof that, like, the whole time travel plan, like, some of the red scabbards are alive. It's pretty good. Pretty hope-inspiring. It's good to see. And also, Karibo here is like, I want to help you, Luffy. Please let me join you. I want to leave with you on your ship. Now, I know, I'm just saying, I'm sure some
New
people
Straw
out
Hat
there...
member.
Okay, that's the thing. Okay, I'm sure someone out there is like, oh my god, new Straw Hat, he wants to be on the ship. And I just want to say that, audience, you people are smart, right? Relatively. You find that to be ridiculous and silly. This is how I see you when you talk about Carrot. I just want you to know that you sound insane and crazy, because obviously it's a joke that will not happen.
I mean, Caribou literally has more, like, screen time. Well, maybe
he was
not.
important for a while.
He was important in Fishman Land.
He had his own cover story. Yep. Sure did. He was a revolutionary. That's pretty cool.
I do like this. I like this that, it is kind of like we've seen this before. It reminds me of Mr. 3 in Impel Down, and meeting enemies that you have to,
Oh, true. Yep.
This is a prison. We're going to meet enemies, and enemies are going to be friends so that we can all escape. It's going to be one of those sort of character things. But I just like that so much that I don't mind.
And Karibo's a likable character anyway. I mean, he's evil and he's done some fucked up stuff, but he's weird and kooky and funny, and I like him. And I like him a lot.
Yes, and it's always funny when Luffy trusts people who are clearly terrible.
Oh yeah, he's just like, please forgive me, with his big creepy face, like blushing and smiling,
like,
clearly sweating.
It's like, okay, fine, but only because you're not a bad guy. Like,
only because you totally just proved to me that you're good now by smiling and saying that you are. So fantastic.
such a simpleton, that Luffy.
Oh, he sure is. He sure is. But anyway, yeah, so here Hyogoro is like, hey, we got allies, I'm so happy, people are alive, yay, cool things. And he wants to help, and he's, they fucking say that he was the leader of all the fucking Yakuza, so Luffy is now learning this. And then Hyogoro goes on to say that in this fucking jail, they're only in one of 5 big sections, and down in here, the people that are thrown in here are less criminals, but mostly straight-up revolutionaries who are conspiring against Orochi. So this is the hotbed of rebellion against Orochi that they can reap from as they fucking mount their escape, break everybody out, and you got an instant army on your hands, basically. So right. With Hyogoro and everybody,
I'm gonna make a prediction. I think Scratchman Apu is in one of these places.
Oh, we have not heard anything from Scratchman Apu in so long, since Kaido first landed in there. I don't think we've seen anything from him since then, and he landed on, him, Kid, and Hawkins meeting. We've seen, obviously, where Kid and Hawkins are up to. Yeah, I hope so. I really fucking hope so. If not, he better show up somewhere, because that guy's fucking sick, and I want to learn more about him. But that would be fantastic. I hope that happens.
God, it's just so hype. I just like prison breaks in general in media. They're just so cool. all of the
sick.
People who are maligned and trodden on get to rise up and kill the big boys.
Indeed, the gamers against the tyrannical matriarchy will be overthrown at long last. And of course, they got to get Kawamatsu, our Kappa friend who's still trapped in there, who we haven't seen yet. How exciting. How exciting. So Luffy's on board. All I have to do is blow up this fucking place, and we get lots of allies, as he yells about it directly in front of Kaido's troops. So,
I mean, it was kind of funny earlier where, like, Hyogoro, they were trying to be quiet, and then he kneels down and yells, "Oh, even in my current feeble condition, please let me be of service to you. you 9 red scabbards, and like yelling really loudly. Like, of course, people are gonna hear that.
Yeah, they don't fucking know what's going on.
Like,
They're just a bunch of emotional lads.
Specifically, the idea that the 9 red scabbards are alive and here is very very dangerous information to get out. Like, shush, old man.
That's exactly the kind of thing they're trying to keep from Orochi. Even though Orochi suspects it, but doesn't know. So yeah.
But yeah, this is looking to be a really cool section. Initially, when everyone was like getting split up and stuff.
Yep.
I was feeling like all of these different locations. There's lots of them, but they all sort of don't feel relevant yet, like individually. Yeah. But this prison is like very specifically going to be like a mini arc in the main arc, where Luffy frees people. Big Mom's coming.
I was going to say,
she's right outside.
The biggest untapped element so far has been Chopper and Big Mom slowly making their way with Okiku and whoever else. Momonosuke, I think, is there. Otama. They're fucking marching their way. You can see the jail in the distance now. So they're in Udon. They're almost there. So when they get there, who the fuck knows what's going to happen? Queen versus another queen. Big Mom.
Yes, the queen off, and the resulting fracas being... clearly a lot of distraction potential for setting prisoners free, and as more prisoners get free, more fracasing, more rioting. Oh, I can't wait.
I'm very excited. That's all
I'm really liking the pacing of One Piece right now. It's moving along at a fast enough click where new things are happening, but nothing is rushed over. It's great.
Yeah, I'm feeling much more happy about it now. The really thing is. Really feels like things are picking up, and yeah, that makes me very happy. So we got a whole bunch of stuff happening here. Luffy continuing to learn. We got fucking Raizo showing up. We learned that basically the new objective is not just break Luffy out, but break him out and acquire 1 million allies in the process, including maybe Scratchman Apu. We know Kawamatsu's going to join. We got Hyogoro on our side now. Raizo and fucking Karibo are there. Kid's already out there somewhere doing God knows what. He's going to be involved, of course. Maybe he went to go find Apu. I don't know. I don't fucking know. And so, I don't know, maybe next chapter Big Mom will be there. Who knows? I don't know. We'll see.
What do you think is the most surprising but technically possible prisoner in Kaido's prison that could get released?
Surprising? You want to know the most surprising? I don't know.
Technically possible.
Jesus Christ himself. I'd be surprised. The Japs hate Jesus Christ.
That's true.
So he'd be in jail. He was in Japan.
Like characters we've seen. What if fucking Axe Hand Morgan is in there?
Okay, maybe Captain Kuro, fucking Gin, along with Don Krieg are gonna be there. Fucking, and it's gonna be the redemption arc for all like Arc 1 One Piece villains. Maybe Arlong's here too. I don't know. All those guys.
Fucking everybody. Every single character is in this prison. Jinbei, how did you get here?
Hey, yeah, you ran ahead a little bit. Man, when are they going to bring the other shoe down about Jinbei? I mean, I'm curious. Even I, noted despiser and slayer of all fish because they remind me of Jinbei. I do just want to know what the fuck's happening with Jinbei. So, Oda, you're doing your job. You're keeping the suspense, and I'm interested. He's gonna have an eye patch. I'm telling you right now, he will have a fucking eye patch. Oda's been waiting to do it. He's been waiting to give someone an eye patch in One Piece. Maybe he was going to give it to Zoro, but he pussied out because he thought it'd be too cliche. But Jinbei's going to be hurt.
he's gonna have an eye patch. He's going to have a golden fang instead of
a big hook, maybe? Oh, yeah, he'll have grills. He'll be back with grills.
And he'll have a parrot as well. He'll have everything. He'll just come back as, like, Captain Barbossa from Pirates of the Caribbean.
That'll be good. I look forward to it immensely. Maybe he'll be the peg leg. Well, actually, we already had double peg leg. Gin, what was his name? Kinshiki. Yeah, Golden Lion guy from the movie or whatever. Okay, anyway, we're spinning off into other things. Who knows what's going to happen, people? There's bound to be lots of crazy shit going on in the future. Although I will say, this jailbreak, won't be a bake, that'd be silly, will probably pale in comparison to Impel Down. However, that's okay. because it's going for a different sort of thing anyway. And there's lots of B plots and stuff.
It's gonna pale in comparison to Impel Down because Impel Down was an entire arc in itself.
That's true, and also like the nature of Kaido's crew as wardens, like they're just a bunch of fuck ups. Why haven't they killed Luffy yet? Just kill the man. I know that they'd like to like get people to join their crew or whatever. But, like, they're just such fuck-ups. They just let Luffy keep fighting. You know, if I was his captor, I'd fucking chop off his head or, I don't know, shoot him with a bullet or something. I know they tried,
I mean,
but...
I feel like the philosophy of the Kaido crew is we'll beat you
just
up
bros.
until you join us. Yeah, they're just bros.
Yeah,
like
pretty much.
Everyone's like just a guy who got knocked on the head long enough to be like, you know what, I respect you.
Could they be the crew of toxic masculinity, just as the Big Mom crew was toxic femininity? Confirmed, yes.
Yeah, sure.
I mean, I'm saying that because it was like, you know, the way like fucking Flumpei was like, you know, using like social control to like manipulate Katakuri and, you know, try to ruin his reputation, and everybody was backstabbing each other. I don't know. I'm not making any political stances here, people. I'm just saying some words. And those are the last words for this review of Chapter 940. Patreon.com/thepodcastpirates. Link down below. Please give us your money. We would really appreciate it. And maybe we'll make a Twitter soon. We should do that at some point. That would be helpful.
Never.
Anything else to say, Gib? Anything from you?
No. Never any words.
Go home, and we'll probably have like another episode like a day after this comes out because it took us a while. But that's okay. All the more for you to enjoy, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next week, hopefully. Bye!
Goodbye!